Unanswered prayers. Prayer is communication with God. In the Bible, there are instances where prayers were not answered in the way the individuals had hoped. Here are a few examples and the lessons we can learn from them. Hannah's prayer for a child. 1 Samuel 1:9-20. Hannah prayed fervently for a child, and God eventually blessed her with a son, Samuel. This story shows us that even when our prayers seem to go unanswered for a long time, we should persist in prayer and trust in God's timing. Thanks for choosing my channel. Please stay and click the like and subscribe buttons as a way of showing your appreciation for me as a content creator. The YouTube algorithm will be triggered, and it will show the video to more would-be viewers. By so doing, this channel will grow. Job's prayers for relief. Job 30:20-21. Job experienced immense suffering and cried out to God for relief, but his prayers seemed unanswered. Through his ordeal, Job learned to trust in God's wisdom and sovereignty, even amid profound suffering. The lesson here is that sometimes God's purposes may be beyond our understanding, and we need to trust in his goodness and faithfulness. Jesus' prayer in Gethsemane. Matthew 26:36-46. Jesus prayed to God, asking if the cup of suffering could be taken away from him. However, God's plan was for Jesus to fulfill his purpose through his crucifixion. The lesson here is that sometimes God's will may not align with our desires, but we should trust in his greater plan and submit to his sovereignty. Paul had a thorn in his flesh. He prayed 3 times for healing, but God refused. 2 Corinthians 12:7-10. He assured Paul that his grace is sufficient because his power is perfected in weakness. This teaches us that sometimes God's purpose for allowing suffering or challenges in our lives is to remind us of our dependence on his grace and to display his power through our weaknesses. While God may not always answer our prayers in the way we expect, he is always working for our ultimate good in his glory. We should trust in his wisdom, have faith in his plans, and continue to seek his guidance through prayer. Reasons why prayer is not answered. Praying amiss. When we try to persuade God that our good deeds should protect us from natural law, the consequences of our choices or the choices of others, or the trials God uses to tutor and refine us, we are praying incorrectly. Soonish prayer. It's a prayer spoken from our mind, will, and emotions, the soul, in an attempt to pressure the spirit and soul of another person to move toward our desired way of thinking. It's praying with the wrong motives to get others to act, think, or feel a certain way. It's an attempt to influence God to cause someone to move in a certain direction. Praying for the harm or downfall of others, praying for someone's misfortune, or wishing ill upon them goes against the teachings of love, forgiveness, and compassion that are central to the will of God. Praying for materialistic desires at the expense of others, praying for wealth, success, or possessions without considering the well-being and needs of others can be selfish and contrary to the principles of generosity and selflessness. Praying for revenge or justice without mercy. While it is important to seek justice and accountability for wrongdoing, praying solely for revenge or punishment without considering the possibility of redemption or forgiveness may not align with the teachings of compassion and second chances. Praying for personal gain without considering the greater good, praying for personal success or achievement without considering the impact on others or the well-being of the community, may not be aligned with God's will, which often emphasizes humility, service, and the pursuit of justice for all. Praying for circumstances or events that hinder spiritual growth, praying for a life of ease and comfort without challenges or hardships may hinder personal growth and spiritual development. God's will often involves opportunities for growth, resilience, and learning from life's trials. Hindrances to prayer include external distractions, such as noise or interruptions, can make it difficult to focus and concentrate during prayer. Internal distractions, wandering thoughts or worries. Lack of faith. If someone lacks faith or struggles with doubt, it can hinder their ability to approach God in prayer with confidence and trust. Unconfessed sin can create a barrier between an individual and God, making it difficult to have a meaningful and effective prayer life. Praying with selfish motives or for personal gain can hinder the effectiveness of prayer. It is important to approach prayer with a selfless and humble heart. Holding on to unforgiveness and resentment can hinder prayer. Jesus taught the importance of forgiving others to receive forgiveness from God. Inconsistent or sporadic prayer habits can hinder the development of a deep and meaningful prayer life. Regular prayer and discipline are important for spiritual growth. Unresolved conflicts or strained relationships with others can hinder prayer. It is important to seek reconciliation and peace in relationships to maintain a healthy prayer life. Thank you for watching this video. Please press the like button, smash the subscribe button, share, and hit the notification bell.